What is going on, Colts Nation? He is Jamal. I'm Eric, your co-host of the Colts Cast. Hey, Jamal, I ain't gonna lie. It's a great night right now. I mean, let's drum roll, please, baby. Look, the Indianapolis Colts have fired Gus Bradley. I mean, we needed this. We needed this. This news. I mean, this guy. In 3 years, with Gus Bradley, this defense has been nothing but below average to god awful. I mean, it really has been. We're keeping Shane Steichen, we're keeping Chris Ballard, but I mean, this is a step in the right direction. I feel like it was needed. Jamal, where are we getting started?
I do agree. I mean, I think it's a step in the right direction. Is it the only step I wanted to see happen? Of course not. But we got something. But Eric, it was brought to my
Christmas
attention.
Present.
Late Christmas present. It was brought to my attention in a comment. I think last episode we made about professionalism, about having personality on the pod. You can't start it off without saying, "Hey, Good afternoon, fine ladies and gentlemen. I am Jamal here from the Colts Cast, and I'm here to express my opinions about what's going on within the Colts organization." So I'll be a liar if I said I'm not a little salty. I I think it was funny, but we're here. It doesn't matter, neither here nor there. But you guys know. When you like to have fun in the comments, Eric and I, and probably more so me than Eric, but I like to address them because I think it's funny. I get a kick out of it. But no, in all seriousness, Gus Bradley, he's gone. Scapegoat, scapegoated out as I expected. He needed to be gone. Gus Bradley's dog water. We didn't need him here anymore. I'm glad he's gone. Y'all know how I felt about that. I've been saying it all year long. I've been saying it the year before that as well. So I'm glad to see he's out of here.
How's everyone else feel about that, though?
Yeah, drop the like and subscribe button. Hit a comment. Let us know how you feel about it. Because Gus is gone. I think that it's going to be interesting to see kind of this process of who we pick up next. Just because I don't know how aggressive Chris Ballard is when it comes to what he wants to see in a defensive coordinator. So I think that'll be interesting to see. But like you mentioned earlier, it's just one little piece of the puzzle that needed to be replaced. And so I am glad it's replaced, although other pieces weren't. Hopefully we can, kind of bounce in and see some kind of uptick in our defense.
Hey, go ahead and ship out Zaire Franklin.
Oh,
you go ahead and ship him out, huh?
There are plenty of players in the ship out.
This man act like we won the Super Bowl or made the playoffs when we beat the Jags in OT. By the way, I did not watch that game. Had no desire to.
Literally couldn't even give out my tickets. I was asking people, and they're like, "Nah, I'm good." I was like,
it's a $2 game. Nobody want to see that. Zaire Franklin went crazy. I don't know, man. Like, you saw what he did near the McAfee.
Yeah, but he shook everybody's hands who was right there, and then he did that thing to him. Like, I get both sides. I mean, obviously, I think that the still shot of that picture. Yeah, Defoe wasn't happy. We'll talk about that in a second. But I do think the still shot of the picture of just only showing him like doing the air handshake to the McAfee thing.
Oh yeah,
like, that doesn't paint the full picture. I mean, obviously we all know they don't like each other, so neither party is right. I've said that before, and I still stand by it. Neither party is right. They're both acting like immature kids. And so, call it what you want, but that ending thing though, the Colts camera or whatever, when he was kind of sitting there with his arms crossed or whatever, and Defoe was walking in the background, that's the proof in the pudding right there, man. DeForest Buckner doesn't want to be here. I don't know if that's something we'll talk about for this episode, but hopefully, maybe they can take someone like DeForest, who has a lot of skin in the game, and get his opinion on what he wants to see in a defensive coordinator, because you would think of somebody like him who's been an elite player for us, they'll want his opinion on maybe.
I ain't getting his opinion, bro.
I know. Chris Ballard, listen, dog, I'm trying to give a little bit of positivity with it.
But Defoe, hey, he subtweeted Zaire today and EJ Speed. I think Kenny Moore was doing the same thing back a few weeks ago when he had some comments. But DeForest Buckner said, quote, "We all have egos, but the great teams, they sacrifice that ego. It's not like we haven't called things out. You can take ownership of your own stuff, but you can't force someone to take ownership of their own stuff." Who he talking about?
I don't know, man. He can talk about the entire locker room for all I know.
Zaire Franklin out. He can go pod full time, unlike us. But look, I mean, he leads the league in tackles, but we know that is I don't want to say it, Jamal. That's a full stat right now when you look at how bad this defense has been. So
Yeah. But I think and I know everybody's like killing Zaire right now, and again his fall needs to be studied because it's pretty crazy. But I just think that people
all from
still
what?
from being a captain, from being like a loved player on this team. When Shaq left, everybody was upset, but they're like, "All right, Zaire's coming in." I mean, last year you'd have told me was Zaire having 163 tackles or whatever he had. People was like, "Yo, Zaire the GOAT." He's up there. And now all y'all hate him. Listen, like I said, I
ain't say that.
I keep it more. Oh, you literally just said get him. You've been talking shit about him for the past 3 minutes.
I ain't been talking to yeah, this ain't talking shit, this is speaking facts.
But no, here's what I'll say though. Like, I mean, again, it's a culture thing within the building. Is Zaire being a captain and having a pod definitely puts him on a pedestal for the tomfoolery that's going on in there. But it's not just him. I mean,
I'm just saying, man,
it's just not a winning organization.
It's not just him, but yo, I'm pretty sure we have the most missed tackles in the league, and he still leads in tackles. I think Nick Cross or EJ Speed's right behind him. I don't know, that just doesn't make sense to me. That means there's too many opportunities to make tackles. So
yeah, they're spending a lot of time on the field too.
Yeah, I mean, they were just tackling the shit out of Joe Mixon, out of Josh Jacobs, out of all them boys who've been eating at them. Drew Lock had a career day. Justin Fields had a career day. Caleb Williams had a career. Like, I'm tired of everybody having career days against us. So I'm glad that Gus Bradley, who on 3rd and 2 will line Nick Cross and Julian Blackmon out 15 yards back. I'm happy that he's not here, but I think there's still more cleaning up to do on this defense. There's a good bit of talent in some portions of the defense, but there's a lot of players that could be replaced, in my opinion.
I do agree with that. I just don't know, with Ballard still having the reins, if those players who should be replaced will be replaced. I mean, I think that's just going to be the telltale sign for us. We won't know for some time, obviously. But Shane Steichen did say there were going to be a lot of hard conversations that are going to be had in the upcoming days. I take that with a gigantic grain of salt. I mean, a Himalayan salt cave. So
all that. So, hey, well, Gus Bradley's out. I'm waiting for the next firing. It's probably not going to happen. That's probably just going to be the scapegoat of the year.
There's no more. Yeah, there's no more firings. Yeah.
Like, that's it. So now we look forward to the next DC hiring. So I'm very interested. I think this is going to have some implications on what we can see in 2025, because I think you can make an argument here, Jamal. If the defense did show up in some of these games, we might be in the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying we would have went anywhere, but if the defense would have showed up in a lot of games that we needed them to show up when our inconsistent team was being consistent on offense for that game, there's an argument to be said that we may be 10-7, something like that. We might have inched our way into the playoffs,
and it would have been for nothing.
It may be so,
shitty draft pick,
but it's a lottery. It's a lottery ticket, and you get to see this team in the playoffs instead of missing it and getting the 14th overall pick. That's all I'm gonna say.
I understand. I'm still not sold on that though. Like, I know people are that. I can't be sold on that. I can't be.
It should be the goal to make the playoffs every year. But I mean, of course, what we've seen from this team, you do not really want to see them in the playoffs.
No.
But if the defense did look a little bit better, I don't know. I'm just saying an argument can be made. But
anyway, for sure. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Definitely an argument can be made. But yeah.
Gus Bradley has been cannonballed into the ocean. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. And we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Y'all take care.
Take it easy.